My name is Jonathon VanDam. I'm from Kalamazoo, Michigan, born and raised. Grew up fishing the Great Lakes with my dad, Randy. He owns a sporting goods store over in Kalamazoo. So I grew up working there, fishing for smallmouth my whole life, and that's one thing that I get asked all the time because for me it's just second nature. Everyone always asks how someone like myself or my Uncle Kevin, how we understand smallmouth bass so easily. Well, we grew up doing it. When that's what you grow up doing, it's what you learn, what you know. So that's what I'm going to talk about today, understanding smallmouth bass movements. And this is probably one of the worst PowerPoints you'll ever see because I'm not too handy with the PowerPoint, to be honest with you. I'm maybe younger, but it's definitely something to get better with. The one thing that I can tell you that I've learned time and time again, the only thing you can count on with a smallmouth bass is that you can't count on them. These fish move a lot. They change habits in an hour, almost by the minute. So it's a fish, when you're specifically targeting them, you have to be able to adjust on the fly. You want to be able to change your colors, change your presentation tactics. You might be catching them on a crankbait 1 minute, and all of a sudden something will change real quick, then you have to switch to a drop shot. So it's something you want to make sure you're able to do quickly and make those adjustments at the proper time. And the fish will tell you, what they want. They're not shy by any means. Movements of smallmouth, I'm going to kind of break it down for the, every movement that you'll see, of a normal season. First off, springtime, what to look for pre-spawn fish. And I've spent a lot of time, this is my favorite time of year to go target smallmouth specifically. You catch them on a number of different ways, which I'll cover here in a little bit. But the pre-spawn fish, typically what you want to look for is breaks, in structure, flats, near spawning flats. Smallmouth are a little bit different than your typical, largemouth or something. They spawn in different places. They spawn a lot deeper. I've caught them as deep as 25 foot, off beds. Typically 5 to 10 foot is going to be kind of the target area, but a lot of the areas, Traverse City is one of my favorite places to fish. Even Lake St. Clair, they get out there into, 15, 16, out to 20 foot in a lot of places. And they spawn typically in places you're not used to. They'll spawn out in the main lake. They have no problem with that. They'll spawn out in current. They'll find something to tuck behind, to be able to make a bed, and it doesn't take much. Gravel bars and flats are typically your best area to look. Anything that has, scattered big boulders or just scattered trees, that kind of thing, just something submerged that they can sit behind and make a bed. They don't get picky. I've caught them up around docks, all over the place. So it's one of those fish that they're kind of hard, to predict. But once you kind of get the habit of what to look for and what they're going for, that's when it makes it a little bit easier. Rock piles, shipwrecks, weed beds. But the other thing that is a big deal is the suspended bait fish. The problem with the suspended bait fish is they move a lot. And there's a number of lakes that I fished before where you catch them on a hump on a rock pile 1 second, and then you'll go back there the very next day and they're gone. But they're there feeding on the bait fish, and a lot of times the smallmouth actually have pelagic tendencies, or pelagic, whatever you call it. Does everyone know what that is? It's a saltwater term, for a fish that never really relates to anything. It's a nomad. It swims out in open water. And smallmouth tend to do that. They get on that bait fish and they chase it around, and they become very hard to catch. I mean, how many of you guys fish lakes around your house that have smallmouth, and in the spring and the fall you can catch them, but in the summertime you have no idea where they go? I mean, everyone has fished places like that. To find these fish in summertime patterns, electronics are key. I almost exclusively rely on my electronics, whether I'm looking for the fish themselves or I'm using my side imaging or down imaging to find the structure that they're relating to. And depth.
I hope you enjoyed the preview clip, and for more like that and the entire collection subscribe to the Bass University TV. And if you want the tackle that you see on there, I want you to go to the Bass University Tackle Shop, powered by Tackle Warehouse, and click right here, and it's all at your fingertips.
You want to become a better angler?
You want to catch more and bigger bass at your local pond?
Then check out Bass University TV for hardcore bass fishing information.
Hey, I'm Pete Gluzek.
And I'm Mike Iaconelli.
And this is Bass University TV.
Welcome to Bass University TV, an online video training course where you'll learn champion bass fishing techniques from pro anglers Pete Gluzek, Mike Iaconelli, and their talented special guests.
Everywhere I go in the country, I'm trying to use these techniques because I catch big fish that way.
From on the water to in the classroom,
We want to use that bait to help make that area even smaller and really find that sweet spot.
you'll learn sound techniques and strong fundamental bass fishing skills.
You want something that's got a nice limber action, that's going to allow you to build pressure and keep those hooks pinned against that fish's mouth.
Watch hours of video content on multiple topics at your own pace for a low monthly fee. Cancel at any time.
Hold on, because you're going to catch some big fish.
Information is power in the sport of fishing, so learn from the very best.
That's a key theory in all of fishing.
Subscribe to Bass University TV today.
Man, does it trigger a lot of strikes.
Here's the part that you're not going to hear anywhere else. This is the Bass University TV exclusive.